It was about this time 2 years ago. We were all heartbroken by the news that a Highlands Ranch mom killed her 2 little boys and then herself. And Ryan Labor is the husband and father left behind.
And a year ago, he talked with Denver 7 about what happened and what life has been like since.
And as the second anniversary approaches now, Ryan sat down with us again. We met at Wash Park, and his life is a lot different than it was last year. I understand you have some news.
Yeah, I'm engaged.
How about that? Congratulations.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
They'd like to keep her name out of the story, so I'll just say she's a lovely 38-year-old Denver native sitting just off camera.
We met a little under a year ago, a blind date at the View House. First date lasted 5 hours. We just couldn't stop talking.
Ryan says he knew quickly that this could be something special. And in any new relationship, there comes that time you unveil your serious history. And for most of us, it's past relationships or a complicated family. For Ryan, it's something else entirely.
I saw that it could potentially be serious, and so rather than wait, I decided to get in front of it.
After dating a few weeks, Ryan asked her out to dinner and told her his story.
When I shared it with her, she knew of the story as well, but it was a bit of a surprise to her.
To make the connection that was your family.
She had her own principles and beliefs in life that allowed her to approach it in an understanding way, in a supportive way. She didn't view it as a news story. She viewed it as me.
For hours over dinner, Ryan laid out the terrible events of November 29th, 2016. His wife, Jennifer, drove their 5-year-old son, Ethan, and 3-year-old son, Adam, to the parking lot of the Lone Tree Sports Authority. There, she drugged them and shot and killed them before shooting and killing herself.
Put your arms in the air.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Ryan would discover that Jen had been enslaved by a torturous, hidden depression and perversely thought she'd be a better mom to them in heaven than she was on earth. Well, today, Ryan still lives in the Highlands Ranch house he shared with his family. And when we talked last year, the house had become a vital, complicated connection to his family.
Early on, I put pictures up everywhere, and then I got to a point where I couldn't be anywhere in the house and not be around pictures and not think about it. It was like a humming noise in my ear. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't think.
Then slowly, picture by picture, he started putting things away, carving out room to live.
Most of Jen's stuff, actually all of Jen's stuff now has been donated or given away, with a few mementos here and there, packed away for another day to review.
Last time we talked, the boys' room was the one room that still was not touched. Where does that stand?
That room has been touched. Most of the stuff was in Ethan's room. And so almost all the items are out of there now. I have photos of them in there. And it's kind of a shrine, if you will. When I need to, I go in there, which is pretty often still, but it's different. It's not a place to go to cry. It's a place to go to appreciate.
Ryan's fiance recently moved in. He says it's easier with her there, with her things and her cat, and he's finally ready to sell the place. It goes on the market in the spring.
It took getting that independence and recognizing I didn't need the home anymore to remind me of them.
Ryan and his wife will stay in the Denver area. I'm sure you're still in the process of it, of deciding what you bring to the new house and where do you put those things.
Yeah, we're bringing a lot of the boys' stuff. So, toys and that sort of thing. The kind of things that you just need for little kids.
Yes, they plan on having children, 4 to be exact. He says they'll adopt if they have to.
I'll have a home with her in the future with children. So, yeah, that made it a lot easier.
Ryan's worked hard to get to where he is, open to marriage and family again. Well, these last 2 years have been filled with intense therapy, books and videos on grieving, friends, family, fellow survivors of tragedy to help with healing. And Ryan says it's that work, not the passage of time, that heals.
And then just never giving up. I kept working at it and being open and honest with what needed to happen in order for me to feel better, being very conscious with what things were holding me back.
Ryan is still in therapy, still reading books, but his life now is less defined by the tragedy.
I still dream about them, I still think about them. What are you guys gonna do?
And when he remarries in January, Ethan and Adam will be included.
You guys are silly. You don't want to make the wedding obviously about the losses, but want them to be there with. So we've got a plan of something their cousins could do that will honor them and make them part of the ceremony.
Ryan looks forward to being husband and father again, and though this is not the path he planned, the path didn't end, and it led him, unexpectedly, to love again.
Yeah. So obviously
for him.
we
Yeah.
wish him all the best.
Absolutely.
A couple of quick things. He asked her father for her hand, which is very
Aw.
sweet. And he proposed at Hanging Lake, 6:30 in the morning. So
Beautiful.
it must have been perfect.
We
So,
do wish him well. Absolutely.